Awesome. I just listened to Be All End All with from Anthrax. I remember getting the Stay Euphoria album in Germany. So many memories. A lot of times, like you listen to a certain album and it lists memories of the like place you were at, though. 'Cause I remember getting it in Germany. That's one of the most memorable albums, along with Fear of Music from Talking Heads. That was a good one. And there was a couple other ones. Um, Hey, my Legion, how you all doing today? I thought I'd start the live stream with a movie I saw on Tubi called was it Stale Popcorn and Sticky Floors? It was like history of like grindcore movies, and basically what it was they'd have like a whole bunch of grindcore movies. Most of them I see. There was one called Cry from Beyond or something. I never heard of that. I've heard of the Beyond before, but there was other ones I never heard of before. Every all the other ones I did, and basically they'd have like they have like the trailer for the movie, and then they have like a star or like a crew member stuff talk about the movie and like behind the scenes stuff. It was really interesting. Like they had like start off with "I Drink Your Blood," and that was really called Phobia. And then Jerry Gross, one of the great promoters, he had like a he does like the double bills for the drive-in, right? And he had like a double feature with "I Drink Your Blood," and then he had some old kind of crappy zombie movies from the 60s, 80s called "I Eat Your Skin." So they did that title. Um, yeah, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, they had Halloween 3: Season of the Witch, even though that is not a grindhouse or low budget grindhouse movie. That was on Universal. That was a great movie. And they had like a lot of stuff with like people behind the scenes. They talked about in the movie Spookies that some people might never have heard about. It's like one of those gremlin type movies, right? But a whole bunch of different monsters in it. And these guys were talking about how the director was like was nuts. He would like to oversee or like over micromanage everything, and like he had to know like every shot was going to be before he gave them more money. And then I guess there was like a whole I don't know. He was like watching over everybody whenever in the editing process, and it was like some like whole unedited film is like 2.5 hours, right? And it was about to be whittled down. And then I know people from Golden Harvest came in there, and he showed them the other cut, and he's like, "What's this? We can't show something like this." And then they had like, and they said a lot of that footage was unusable. And then most of the guys walked out, and it was weird. Some porno star came in and edited the movie. They kept maybe about like 50, 55 minutes of that, and then they shot a lot of stuff, and it wasn't quite the movie they envisioned, right? What else was there? Talked about Midnight. John Russo was talking about that. A whole bunch of other great stuff, though. Yeah, it's a fun show. I really liked it. I mean, lots of what I like is like movies that you've seen before that kind of established. And most of those are like I don't know if they'd be well grindhouse movies. I never been to the closest thing I ever been to a grindhouse was the Signal Theater in Fort Gordon, Georgia. That place was kind of run down. Also, the theater in Fort Bragg I was close to was kind of run down as well, but it wasn't as bad. You know, most of the theaters are pretty nice. There was two theaters in Gordon, Georgia. Like I said, the Signal Theater, and the other one I can't remember what that was called. It was much nicer though. The one thing with the Signal Theater that was cool is like they'd have like God, what was it? Fridays and Saturdays, like at 6 o'clock, they show three movies in a row. And what you have to do is they show a movie, and then you had to go outside, pay your ticket, come back in. I mean, it was just one room, right? You couldn't just stay there to watch all three movies without paying. There's no way, and I want to do that anyways. I mean, and there was a couple of times I did the all night movies. Well, all night, the three in a row. Only a couple of times. I guess sometimes there'd be something I didn't see or I didn't want to see. I remember the one time, I think it was two times though. The most movies I ever saw in one day uh was on a Saturday. In the afternoon, they'd have like afternoon movies at the other theater. For life of me, I can't remember what it's called though, but it was a nice theater. 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, I saw Colors, and then later that night at the Signal Theater, I mean, they had at 6 o'clock they had Leonard Part Six, a Bill Cosby movie. And then they had what the hell was it? Oh, Witches of Eastwick. After that, then they had Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter movie. That was a good triple feature. There was one time I did, and they played some shitty movies. But I mean, that was probably the best quadruple feature I've ever seen in a theater. You know what I mean? I mean, because that's the most movies I've ever seen in the theater. I mean, I've seen 3 in a day, but I've never seen more than 4 in a day. So that was my record, 4 in a day. But like I said back then, I loved going to the theater and stuff. Um, Not too much anymore, you know. It's kind of a drag. Really, it really is. Let me see something real quick. That's a good song. I wonder when they play that be all end off, they have like someone playing the violin at the beginning and the end though. Someone come in and play that though. That's pretty cool. Ugh. Let me see something real quick. Okay, Kevin. No big. It's late at night. No, especially on a Thursday night. I might end up rant. Ouch. But the movie is really good. I give that a 10 out of 10. It's a lot. I mean, it's basically just sometimes they make these documentaries now, right? And wait a second. Um, wait. So let me pause. Okay. Basically, the movie they have like a whole bunch of these new documentaries. I mean, low budget stuff. Like they had like VHS collectors and stuff like that. Basically, it's like someone who's like an expert on movies. Like they film them for like 5-10 minutes. They talk about the movies, or they have like a VHS collector. They'll talk about that. I know Phil Anselmo from Pantera was in one of them. I remember watching that. I mean, it's pretty easy filmmaking. I just film an interview and then just edit them all together. You know, I mean, this one it was somewhat like that, and then there'd be like little scenes in and out. I mean, but there was some cool stuff. And they had like Reanimator on there, the Crazies. It was basically stuff from the 60s and I mean the 70s and 80s, you know. Um how high did it go? It went up the I think Street Trash was the very last one, I think. And I mean the same guys that did on Spooky worked on Street Trash. Street Trash is a great movie. I like that movie a lot. Um I give Stale Popcorn and Sticky Floor a 10 out of 10. I loved it. If I mean the one cool thing is these are like established movies, but there's like behind the scenes stuff you didn't know about. I mean, I don't know. DVDs and post-water commentaries bring a lot to light on these old movies. But some of those I never saw the DVD. I mean, I seen them like on YouTube or just regular streaming services. Some of those I did rent and watch on VHS. You know, back in the day. But it's a really good movie. I think it's really cool. It's on TV because John was asking me about Tubi. I like Tubi a lot. I mean, they play commercials, which is a drag, but there are so many unique movies that you might not see on there too. I like their selection. I remember a long time ago, ages back, the first time I was on Tubi TV. Oh god, it was all glitchy and stuff. And then like I remember. I mean, that one. What was it? Hell Train or one of the Nazi ones, but the one that's on a train, no, it's not that bad. It's really low budget. Uh, it was called Hell Train, but I remember renting a long time. They changed the title or something like that. And it was all glitchy and stuff like that. And then I remember watching, there was a King Kong ripoff from Britain called Queen Kong, which is really, really a bad movie. But It's kind of dumb. It's like a comedy musical thing, but it's really a chore to get through. They had what the hell was it? They had the guy that starred in Horror Hotel in this one too, and he looks a lot like Mick Jagger. I mentioned that before. I know, like there was a guy from Deep Red. I remember talking to a friend about that, and she said, I asked her, does that look like? It looks like Paul McCartney, one guy for that movie. He might have been in Bird with the Crystal Plumage too. I don't remember. Um, Regardless, I think that movie's really good. It's a lot of fun. I'll wait a few minutes, and I'll probably just end it and go to bed. It's getting late. I don't know if I'll get any people or not. Oh, Tam has a few people, but I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like too late at night for this bullshit, you know? I just want to do a live movie with you, though. Another one. I did Saw 10. Amazing, amazing movie. I mean, some stuff happened, so I was like on for like over an hour, which was great. Yeah, Saw 10's really good. I gotta see. I bet the buy by man already left Netflix, but that's okay. That sounds so dumb, though. It might have been dumb. You know, I haven't heard anything good about it. That's for damn sure. You know. So I give stale popcorn and sticky floors a 10 out of 10. Hope you liked the video, everybody. Till next time, please take care of my legion. Good night, everybody. I'm going to take off.